Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Last three verses we'll summarize because it was not recorded because of you. Those who are expert in blaming others, they are successful in life. This was because of Rushali. Why she has organized this retreat? Had this retreat been not organized, there would not have been any problem. Anyway, we join your suffering. शब्दस्य आद्यन्तयोः सिद्धं मनसोऽपि तथैव च मध्ये साक्षितया नित्यं तदेव त्वं भ्रमं जहि. Correct identification of the substratum alone can give away the superimposed illusion. Example is the snake and the rope. Therefore, what we have to do is we have to live through the complementary opposites. There is no choice. Lesser the choice you give to yourself, happier you are. More the choice you give yourself, miserable you are. And what is affluence or prosperity? Affluence or prosperity means we have a lot of choice. See? Hardly there are 3 persons at home. There are 23 servants. See? So they are maintaining the servants or servants are looking after them, God knows. Therefore, don't give yourself any choice. What is there wonderful, excellent, good, go ahead. Similarly, manasopi tathaiva cha. When the mind is not there, still we are there. When the mind is coming, still there. When mind disappears, we are still there. And therefore, we have to come to this conclusion that the totality and individuality are the cause and the effect relationship. In cause and effect relationship, there is no liking, no disliking. The vision does not have liking, disliking for any color. See? Because without the cause, effect cannot be, without the effect, the cause cannot be established. Therefore, they are one and the same. Standpoint we have to change. Similarly, gross, subtle, causal and individual self and the total self, they are one and the same. They are not two because of the conditioning. The same person is called as father as well as the son. One digitally downloaded son asks his virtual father, you always scold me, I have given you birth, I have given you birth. What birth you have given me? I have given you birth. You have not given me birth. How come? When I was not born, who called you dad? So the son is the father of the father. So he is simultaneously both. Husband, or rather father to his son and son to his father. Therefore, is supported by the third entity, the man. So, Chinmatraika Rathe Vishnu Brahmatmeka Sarupake Brahma eva Jagadjatam Rajvam Sarpa Brahmo Yatha. Therefore, all these perceptions through the sense organs is illusion. In one of my talks in some university, after my talk was over, that professor, local professor of philosophy, he said, Mr. Swami, you have presented the concepts very well. I said, I disagree. How come? I did not talk concepts. You are a professor is a concept. After retirement, you are not. You are a husband is a concept. After divorce, you are not. You are American is a concept. If you take Indian citizenship, American is a concept. You are happy is a concept. You are miserable is a concept. You are is not a concept. Because all this conceptual understanding, when it is taken real, then the samsara begins. So I am a husband is a concept. The day these things become easy, you will see you will be relaxed in life. See, I don't know, one Amma came just after I got down, I was walking, and with that band on her face, small one. Do you recognize me? I said no. And I walked away. Is it a playing riddle or what? Therefore, when a group of people go in a marriage with a band on their face, it looks like dacoits. Therefore, do not get carried away by all these things. Relax. We don't have to prove that I know somebody. It doesn't matter. Do you know me? No. It's very good. But we want to prove something. Don't prove anything in this world. Two things if we consciously practice. Number one, we don't have to prove anything to anybody. And what is our life? A constant struggle. The husband tries to prove that he loves the wife. Wife tries to prove she loves the mother-in-law. But they fail. Never do that. Similarly, don't justify. Actually, I was coming, but what happened? Did anybody ask you, why are you telling? Kisne pucha? Who asked you? See, the whole attitude of life will change. Now, if this is clear, the next step is in verse number 25. Tarkikanam cha jivesho Vachaveto vidurbudhaham Lakshau cha sankhya yogabhyam Vedantairaikhyatanayoho. According to the Tarkika are the logicians, all the time talking logically. So according to their philosophy, Jiva and Ishvara, they take the Vachav Eto. That means they take only the word meaning. See? So Ishvara is the controller, Jiva is the controlled, Ishvara is omniscient, Jiva is not. Then the Ishvara is all-powerful, Jiva is not all-powerful. Therefore, they are separate from each other. This is their logic. So they are focusing attention only on the conditioned expressions and not that which is expressing through the conditioning. See? So they are the logicians. Tarkikanam cha jiveshu vacho etur vidurbudaha. The wise people know this. And Lakshau cha Sankhya Yogabhyam, and the Sankhya Shastra and the Yoga Shastra. Sankhya is the philosophy which is practiced as the Yoga Shastra. And what is that philosophy? There, Jiva Jagat Ishvara, they are separate. There is one Jiva per body. And therefore, before birth, there is a friend of mine. I don't know if he is still there or gone. Very old he was. I had seen him before COVID. After that I didn't see him. Very old, a great yogi. We used to be together every year from 1st to 7th January in Bombay, Ghatkopar. So, after my talk, then his talk will begin after 5-10 minutes. Very old man, only yogi. So, he asked me once, Swamiji, I can tell my last many lives. Before this birth, I was in Jabalpur. Before that, I was in Dehradun. Like that he went. Then before that, 7th birth, earlier, I was a parrot. And I can trace any amount I like. I can tell for you also if you want. I said, I don't know why. I know, in the last life I was a donkey, now also I am a donkey. It's consistent. See? Because for them, there is one Jiva per body, and when the body dies, the Jiva goes out in search of जाऊं तो जाऊं कहाँ. Then in some womb he sees a board hanging. T-O space L-E-T. Too late. And in that the small jiva eye, iPhone wala eye, it goes in between. So what the spelling becomes now? T-O-I-L-E-T. This is a Malayali spelling. You ask a child, how a Malayali will spell banana? You don't know? B-A-N-A, yet another N-A. Mallus are great people. See? So also good Jews. They should not feel bad about it. हमको कुछ कहा ही नहीं. So, Sankhya Shastra establishes that there is one jiva per body. And because the yoga is also demonstration of Sankhya philosophy in action, therefore they also say, so Lakshauja Sankhya Yoga Abhyam. So when these two people they talk about Laksha. So we are not talking about the man, but we are talking about the jiva. See? So first they are established in the gross, Tarkic. The second one are established in this logical fallacy that there is one jiva per body. And Vedanta hi aikyatanayoho. And Vedanta tells jiva and Ishvara, they are not two. The one reality itself is expressing as jiva when the conditioning is panchakoshas. The same reality is expressing as Ishvara when the conditioning is the Maya. Now the question is, how do we practice this knowledge? See? In simplest language, look at the world as the creator of the world looks at his own creation. See? Like an example, a child. Normally children are stupid, useless. But the parents look at them. The foolishness of the child is recognized. Swamiji, my Dabbo is so intelligent, He keeps on asking me questions. He is very intelligent. I said, Mama, those people who ask questions, they are dumb. Those who answer, they are intelligent. No, but my son is very intelligent. What is the intelligence in that? Because he is my son. But Amma, I don't see his intelligence, he is so dumb. But why he is dumb? Your son. See? Therefore, Maharaj, remember this. As the mother looks at the foolishness of the child as a great wisdom, in the same manner, God looks at his creation in the same understanding. Therefore, Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu Name Dveshosti Na Priyaha. For me, everybody is the same. See? And therefore, Vedanta tells we are essentially divine, but are acting as the jiva. See? Conditioning wise, these two cannot be the same. Jiva is Alpa Shaktiman, Ishvara is Sarva Shaktiman. The Jiva is less knowledge, the Ishvara is omniscient, all knowledge. The Jiva is not all pervading, limited to the body, Ishvara is all pervading. So how these two can be one? Then we will have to go further and see, define Jiva. These people, Sankhya, Yoga and Tarkic, they do not define what is a jiva. Like when we talk about Brahman, so what is Brahman? Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam Parame Vyomanna Soshnute Sarvan Kaman Saha Brahmana Vipaschiteti. The Brahman is indicated in Taittiriya Upanishad. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. Their Satchidananda is the Brahman. Then, Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. He who comes to discover that as his substratum. Guha means 5 koshas, pancha koshas. So, Yo Veda Nihitam Guhayam. That means these pancha koshas are supported by this Brahman. Then what will happen? Soshnute sarvan kaman saha. All his desires stand fulfilled simultaneously, instantaneously. Our desires are fulfilled in a sequence. First, I should finish my education, ho gaya. Then, I should get a good job or start a business, ho gaya. Now, I should get married, ho gaya. Then, after I should have children, ho gaya. Now, the children should grow, they are growing. Now they should get married, they get married. They should have children, they will have children. Now their grandchildren, when they get married, then I will think of quitting the job. Sequence. But here it is said, Sarvan Kaman Saha. Saha means simultaneously. All the desires stand fulfilled simultaneously. Because when you merge in the infinite, you are left with no desire. Fulfillment of the desire is transcending the desires. What we mistake, fulfillment of the desire, whatever I want, I get it, my desire is fulfilled. No, it is a catch. Desires can never be fulfilled. You fulfill one desire, second is standing in a queue. This story also I told you once. In a royal court, the king became very angry. Why the royal prince is crying? Do whatever you want, give him. So the minister said, Sir, children are like that, they cry. No, he is not an ordinary royal child. Get him here. The child comes. And he says, Prince, what you want? I want buffalo. Okay, get buffalo. Can't you get a buffalo for him? You get buffalo in that royal gathering. Buffalo circus. सब मेरे जैसे दिख रहे हैं. All are looking like me. Then again the child started crying. Now what you want? Get grass for the buffalo. So grass comes. Again, now feed the grass to the buffalo. Feed. One desire after another desire, third desire. Thereafter, now take the milk out. So the milk is changed. Over? No, last desire. What? Put the milk back in the udder. King say, give him one and hatav. Our condition is like that. Desires can never be fulfilled. We have to rise above the desires. When this happens, when we drop the conditioned expressions and come to the substratum which is supporting all the conditions. So, according to Vedanta, what is the Jiva? To understand, take your personal example. It will be easy for you to understand. Man is Brahman and husband is Jiva. So how a man is called, he becomes husband? When the man is reflecting in the mirror of the wife. So the reflection plus the mirror and this man, these three factors together is called a Jiva. Now for example, if the mirror is removed, if the wife disappears, let her go wherever she wants, disappear. Therefore no husband. But the man is still there, no? Man has not gone anywhere. Think. In the same manner, Jiva, Paramatma, Brahman, reflecting in the Panchakoshas, and that limited expression of the unlimited Paramatma is called the Jiva. In this, the Jiva, the reflection of Paramatma, and then the conditioning, the mind, and in that reflection, these three things together is called a Jiva. Now attentive. Jiva, and other word is Jivana. No means not. Jiva is not an individuality. It is not a vyakti. Jiva is expression. It is abhivyakti. But what happens? We take the abhivyakti, the manifestation, as the individuality. And therefore we suffer. See? This is understood even by the coronavirus. They don't select. Everybody available. Lagao. See? Therefore, Vedanta recognizes this. That the difference between the Jiva and the Ishvara is on account of the Upadhi. Isha Jiva Yoho Veshadhi Vida Swatsvabhavataha Vastu Kevalam. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi says. Satsvabhavata, essentially, Vastu Kevalam, there is absolute reality. Vesha Hanata, because of the conditioning, they appear to be different. But when the conditionings are dropped, you are divine. Now the question is how to drop the conditioning. Further, we must know what are the conditionings. So our nearest conditionings are our sense organs. Now, for example, tongue is a sense organ for tasting the rasa. Therefore, it's called a rasana. So, the purpose of the tongue is only to taste. That's it. But thereafter, I don't like that. I like that. It is too spicy. Wow. So, the common rasa, unqualified rasa, is becoming specific. I like sweet, I like pungent, like this different. So what will be spiritual practice? Do not get influenced by the varieties of the objects in the world and remain at your own sense organs level. This is what God does. See? We go and give anything as an offering, no choice. See? Therefore, to practice this, that Jiva and Ishvara are one, first step, don't give yourself choice. 2, no complaint. This is what our Shankaracharya wrote in Vivek Chudamani for telling the qualities of a seeker. And one of the quality is titiksha. Sahanam sarva dukkhanam apratikara purvakam chinta vilaparahitam sa titiksha nigadyate. Chinta vilaparahitam. Rote mat raho. Complain. No complaints. Chinta vilaparahitam. Ya titiksha nigadyate. So what is titiksha? Titiksha is the ability to go through the difficulties of life without complaint and frustration. See? This is so simple. But we are constantly complaining, and then you suffer. Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Matra sparashastu kaunteya shitoshna sukhadukkada agama apayena anityan tan titikshasva bharata. See? Any experience, let it be good or bad, it begins in time, remains for some time, ends after some time. What can be done? Titikshasva. Endure. What cannot be cured should be endured. Instead of endurance, why not enjoy? Enjoy the old age, enjoy the unhealthy condition, enjoy everything. Mauj mein raho. Once I was in a hospital somewhere, and one person came with the flowers and all that. He said, Swamiji, you are not feeling bad? I said, no, I am feeling very good. Why? You are coming with the flowers. I wish I stay here for long. More people will come and more flowers. What a great. Otherwise, who asks you? See the positive side in everything. You will never be miserable. See? Therefore, Tarkikanam cha jiveshu vachu eto vidurbuddha. Those who talk differences, logic, keep away from them. Our Naradji tells in his Bhakta Sutras, Vado na avalambyaha. Do not take refuge in argument and logic. They are always non-conclusive. They cannot conclude anything. And therefore, the best way is keep away. How to keep away? Invoke the mantra. Pata nahi. I don't know. These Maha Mantras you practice and you'll see how life becomes beautiful. Otherwise, I think it is, why you think? Once in Kaivalya Dham, my talks were on Patanjali Yoga Darshan, those days in cassette form, audio cassettes. So that professor, very good friend of mine, he says, Swamiji, send me those talks, I will also listen, I like it. So in a big bag, I got them packed, about 76 cassettes. And one student was there, I was in a hurry, I said, hey, you give it to sir. Okay. And when I was turning the car to go out, he was going to his hostel. I said, hey, I told you to give it to the sir, why are you going there? I think he may not be there. I said, who asked you to think? Go and they give there. Then I stayed till he goes and puts it. I said, where he has gone? No, Swamiji was there. Unwanted thinking. There is no need. I think it is like that. Oh, don't think, stop. See, therefore, this logic, philosophy, keep away. Then Sankhya Yoga, get rid of this thing. Jiva is one jiva per soul, per body. No. It's wrong. So these two things what they indicate in general. First, we live as the body, logicians. Then the Sankhya Yoga, we live as a jiva. Vedanta says, you are neither the body nor the jiva, but you are the one who is supporting both the body and the jiva, and yet beyond that, because the rule is the substratum, the substratum is not influenced by the supported. See, it is extremely simple to understand. Therefore, Tarkikanam cha jivesho vacho eto vidurbuddha lakshau cha samkhya yogabhya vedantai aikyatanayoho. And therefore, don't get too much involved in this world. How to do that? Body disidentification is the goal of your meditation or spiritual practice. With body identification only, we keep on thinking about the things in this world. This should be done, that should be done, I want this, I want that. There is no end to it. See? It is so important. Now, how do we achieve this? Before we go to the next verse, I'll just give another quick understanding. When we are slaves to our sense organs, etc., we are the jiva. And when we are keeping our sense organs under our control, then we are invoking the Ishvara in us. See? Like when you are decided, before I talk, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? Then you will come to very clear answer. There is no need to talk. See? And therefore you start practicing it. So when you practice your own spiritual life with letter and spirit, then you are invoking Aishwarya in you, Ishvara. But I know I should not talk, but I cannot hold, I have to talk. You are a jiva. So keeping ourselves under the influence and control of our sense organs, our mind, our intellect, then the Paramatma is called a jiva. But when, although functioning through these instruments, yet not enslaved by them, then we are invoking Aishwarya in us. See? But we don't become Ishvara. We only invoke Aishwarya. Therefore, how do we get rid of this thing? 26th verse. कार्यकारणवाच्यांशौ जीवेशौ यौ जहच्यतौ अजहच्यतयो लक्ष्यौ चिदंशावेकरूपिणौ कार्य-कारण-वाच्यांशौ. See, Ishvara is the cause and Jiva is the effect, Karya-Karana. Ishvara is Ishvara because of the Jiva. And Jiva is Jiva because of Ishvara. So Karya-Karana. Then who is Karana and who is cause and who is effect? So Karya-Karana Vachyamsho Jiveshu Yau Jahachyatau. Give up that wrong notion. Vachyartha is Jiva is limited, Ishvara is unlimited. Jiva is ignorant, Ishvara is wise. These conditioned expressions, Jahacya, give them up. And Ajahachyatayo Lakshav, then hold on to, after discarding the gross body identification, then come to the Jiva. So, then Ajahachyatayo Lakshav, then start living as the Jiva. Be very attentive. Scriptures are our well-wishers. Vedas, Upanishad, I am talking. Don't become secular when you study Vedanta. So, these various conditionings around us are enough for us to blame others for our problems. We do that only. If I am a husband, miserable because of my wife. If I am a wife, miserable because of my husband. And so on. Then what will be my spiritual practice? Husband will try to improve the wife and vice versa. It will never happen. Net result, frustrated. Now take the other standpoint. See. First spiritual practice is stop blaming anybody in this world for any problem of your life. We are squarely responsible for everything that happens to us. Stop blaming others. Unless we take this first step, we will not go ahead. We are stuck there. Now, how can this be done? See, so what the scriptures or the Mahatmas will tell, look here. In the last life, you have tortured her. Therefore, after doing the Karwa Chauth, she has decided again to come and sit on your neck. Therefore, she is your wife. But I don't remember what I did in the last life. You may not remember. There is no failure in divine computer. Therefore, you are responsible for all the ills that you have in your life. Don't blame her. But now what can I do? Now behave properly with her. Don't be Rakshasa. Be loving, understanding. What is the use? Use is next life she will not be your wife. Really? I'll do that. See? How simple it is. The net result, you will be at peace. Because first you have stopped blaming others, and second, your behavior with the world has changed. Then we ask a question. If I am not body, I am other than the body, then who am I? You are Jiva. Oh, I am Jiva. And all of us, like dumb people, accept that we are a Jiva. Find out what is Jiva. What is the soul? See? But it has gone so deeply in our misunderstanding. Papoham, papakarmaham. See? प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणे कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा कर्ता अहमिति मन्यते. Everything is happening in Prakriti, but you say, I am the doer. See? We go to a garden, somebody's house, and pluck a flower from their garden and go inside and say, I got a flower for you, so thank you very much. So, the flower you have not created. The hand with which you pluck, that is not created by you. The legs by which you approach that fellow, that is not created by you. And the person to whom you are giving, he is not created by you. Yet, ahankara vimudhatma, I am doing this, I am doing this. Therefore, who is that I? Jiva. Jiva is suffering, Jiva is going to heaven, Jiva will go to hell. These thoughts must be completely erased. This is what the mantra says. Karya karana vachyamsho jivesho yaujahachyata. So these gross body phenomena give up. Then ajahachyatayor lakshav. So first in the beginning accept that you are Jiva. So what should happen if we accept we are Jiva? Number one, the fear of death will disappear. Because who is Jiva? Who existed in the earlier, before this body was born. He is in this body, and when the body is reduced to ashes, he takes another body. So when did he die? This should become clear. See? Like before coming to this retreat center, I was in Vasco. Before that, I was in Bombay. Before that, I was in Khandala. Before that, I was in Lonavala. So when I left Lonavala dead for me, I am still there. Then I came to Khandala, I left Khandala, Khandala dead for me, I am still there. Then I came to Bombay, I left Bombay, Bombay dead, I am still there. Then I came to Vasco, left Vasco, Vasco dead, I am still there. Now I am here in this retreat center. Tomorrow I leave this place dead. I am the same. Where did we die? And we all suffer never because of death, but because of the fear of death. There is one English movie which I saw many years before, maybe about 8-10 years before. I like that movie very much. And the name of the movie is RIPD. Rest in Peace Department. Very hilarious movie. And when we saw that, all the movie pranks, everything was there. My friend said, Swamiji, what exactly you got from this movie? Fun was there, but what exactly it is? I said, I mistook you to be intelligent. Then I told him, do you remember a sequence of events? 2 police officers climb a tall building investigating some kind of murder, and when they are on the top, they had some kind of argument between them. And one police officer becomes so angry and he can't control it, takes out the pistol and shoots at tap. And he falls down. Thereafter he gets up and walks away. Then the whole story goes. He goes to the Gabriel. Gabriel says his credits are good. He is a healthy person. We can use him as our messenger. So he moves around. He can see everything, but nobody can see him. And in this manner, when he was dead, his wife naturally became widow. Then for a few days she was crying. He has seen his body being cremated. And thereafter, he saw she got friendly with some other man. He is watching all that, but nobody can see him. And then it goes on. And one day his this wife and her new husband, they were coming by a car, and some big bomb blast happens. And everything is thrown in the air. But that girl, she gets up and he goes and hand in hand and go. So, what is this movie? I said, the movie tells, when he died, he did not die. The world was dead for him. When his wife died, she did not die. The world is dead for him. Both of them were continue to live thereafter happily. This is the movie story. Is it not true? We can never experience our death. Death is an experience of absence. The Jiva principle is taught in our scriptures only for this purpose. recognize this. Otherwise, all the time, Swamiji, what happens after death? Simple answer. What happened when you are alive? When we were not in this world, nothing was lacking. When we will leave this world, nothing will lack. Try and find out. How foolishly we are collectively living. Because majority is living that way, that doesn't mean it is the truth. For the truth, majority is not the rule, it is for the democracy, which is of fools. So in democracy, fools rule the wise. See? Therefore, first, karya karana vachamsho jivesho jahacchato, give up this body identification with understanding, and ajahacchatayor lakshav. Now, how to give up the body disidentification? Do the body disidentification? Be attentive. Two effects are seen that of the body identification. Number one, either we want to live long, or we are fed up and we want to commit suicide. Now, both of them, those who want to commit suicide, they have taken themselves to be the body, and those who want to live long, they have also taken themselves to be the body. Those who are frustrated because of no money and those who are perverted because of money, both of them are having the same conditioning, money, money, money. See, upadhi is same, expressions are different. Therefore, when this body identification is given up, this na jeene ki tamanna hai, na marne ka irada hai, then life is lived through us. How to live? Life is a time pass. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose. In infinite, nothing can be added and nothing can be taken away. So, karya karana vachamsho jivesho jahacchato, and then ajahacchatayor lakshav. Now focus attention on the embodied Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara. Like for the jiva, there is the childhood, there is the teenage, there is the middle age, and tatha dehantara prapti. When the body is dropped, he gets another body. So when did he die? Thereafter you find out who is this jiva. So ajahaccha chayo raksho chidam shaveka rupino. Therefore, the consciousness as one part and prakriti as other part, these two together create the illusion of the jiva. Like only the bulb and only the electricity, no light. When they come together, the light happens. In the same manner, only in Paramatma there is no samsara, only in Prakriti there is no samsara. When these two things come together, samsara begins. For whom? Samsara is not for the Prakriti, samsara is not for the Paramatma, samsara is for the jiva. Because he has accepted himself to be a finite being. And therefore, study, reflect, contemplate, understand. 27th verse. Karma shastre kuto jnanam tarke naivasti nishchayaha sankhya yogo dvidha pannau shabdika shabda tatparaha. Karma shastre kuto jnanam. Karma kandis can never understand. Because what is the genesis of karma? How karma is born? See? First let us understand and then I'll tell you how karma is born. One lady came and asked me this thing. Swamiji, by mistake, today being Ekadashi, I forgot and I ate dal, sabji, roti, everything. Now what will happen? I said nothing. You directly go to hell. Non-stop flight is there. You always say like that. I said no. Whenever you have done karma, pap, sin, go to hell. Now second example. When you have taken food and then the digestion is of 2-3 types. when you take food, either you get constipation, or you get dysentery, or the food is digested properly. So if there is a constipation, Mahapap. If there is a dysentery, Mahapunya. No. Why? Because there is nobody who is digesting. Digestion happens. Therefore, Kriya, any action, plus the sense of doership is equal to karma. Bhagavan says, Ma karma phala hetur bhuhu. But we are so much involved. I want to do this, I want to do that. Karma, suffer. Nobody can help you. Relax, man, relax. See? Now, how the karma is born? Number one, sense of incompleteness. And the definition of sense of incompleteness differs from person to person. See, in Lonavala, the hotels are suffering. Why? There are so many mansions and buildings available there, and they are available online. So, the whole family or their group of people, they hire out one bungalow for 50,000, 70,000, and for 3, 4, 5 days, all facilities provided. Who will go to the hotel? And as a result, slowly, that hotel industry there is getting down, and these houses which people have constructed, it is being used. Now, who have constructed this thing? They have got sufficient house in Bombay. But the money is jumping, Lakshmi is chanchala. Then I think we will have a flat there, we will have a bungalow there, and then I should have so many places. What for? Sense of insecurity. See? Suppose something happens here, we should have something next. So you wait for there something to happen. See, friends, the sense of insecurity is so terrible, and therefore they will be doing the karma. I have done this, I have done that, I have done this. No. And such karma kandis are very obsessed. They are very angry type. They are very frustrated. Karma shastra kuto jnanam. So how the karma happens? Number one, we imagine a sense of incompleteness in us. Otherwise, why? Educated, intelligent, well-placed young man who is free and happy wants to get married. What a life without a wife. Once that virus goes, then unless he gets married, he will not feel satisfied. Now who is compelling him? This desire. And to whom? To I. Who is this I? Incomplete, without wife. So wherever there is a sense of incompleteness, desire are initiated for their birth. Now second thing, desire is always about something or someone who is other than us. I cannot have desire for your watch. I have got my own watch. But if I do not have something and you have that, then, hey, how is that phone? Which is that phone? Is it iPhone 13 or 15, 17? What is that? Let me see how it is. We start inquiring, and slowly, that desire becomes concretized. And then, unless I have that, what a life without it. So first, sense of incompleteness. Second, sense of otherness. When these two things become powerful, that agitation in the mind is called a desire. Now be attentive. Desire is an abnormal condition of the mind. A person has got two legs. One is having polio, other is having elephantitis. But average of the two is normal. See? In the same manner, we have these funny things in our head. If I do this thing, I will get this thing. Then I will create punyam. Then I will go to heaven. See? And such people live in fear. This happened in USA many years before. I was somewhere in a big mall. Outside I was walking. Inside it is so stuffy, so I was walking outside. My friend was somewhere. I said, you go, I'll just take a walk here. One person, maybe padri or pastor or whatever they call, he came, parked his car. He said, are you Indian? I said, any objection?